I mean, this is, of course, the place where, you know, the aspect of magic is basically residing and doing what he can to carry out his part, where let's just say that when you do the story and questing here, you find out that Malagos is pretty messed up. Like, he's basically lost it. Like, any bit of sanity that he had is just gone at this point. And what we then are finding out here is that there is an entire storyline here that is going on where it's called the Nexus War, where basically the main dragonflights, which are mainly kind of residing over here in Dragonblight, are having to deal with Malagos basically losing his mind and basically trying to carry out the whims of, well, not the Lich King, but more so Deathwing, as we actually find out later in Cataclysm. So, you know, this stuff obviously also leads into the raid where we go in and take him on ourselves. But one of the main things here, which is relevant to the dungeon we're about to do here, is that during this time, there is a dragon named Straza, I believe that's her name. And she is here on behalf of Alex Straza to try and see if she can help thwart Malagos' plans and such. By the way, this little bubble over here is usually the place where we can be able to have kind of a safe haven from any of the stuff that's going on over here, as you can see. For both factions, I might add. Because we're here with the flights as well as the Kirin Tor and such. You can see a number of Nexus Watchers blue dragons that are flying around on behalf of Malagos. And this place also becomes relevant in Cataclysm when you're trying to do the legendary staff, but the main thing and the main reason as to why we are going into this dungeon is because basically after her efforts, Straza then gets captured by Malagos after she has basically defeated his... The word they use is consort. Now, I guess I should explain that consort for dragons is basically like their life mate. Like, it's not just about, like, their spouse or anything. It's also, like, their second in command, their most trusted advisor, their closest friend. Consort is a very important title when it comes to a dragon. Like, when they say consort, they mean that significantly in many ways. So, like, it's not just, like I said, it's not just about, you know, like their marriage partner or their mate. You know, it goes even more and deeper than that. So, Straza helps, and I think we also help her, if I recall, take down Malagos' consort. And he shows up and captures her in ice. We're unable to stop it. And declares that she will take her place. As in, he's going to capture Straza and then torture her, not just physically, but mentally, to submit to his will and become his new consort. Yes, that sounds as horrible and as dark as it actually... Okay, it is as horrible and as dark as I'm making it sound to be, because that's actually what's going on here. This is actually not the first time that Malagos has actually done this. And yeah, that's pretty horrible when you think about it. Capturing someone and then forcing them to basically submit to your will, and again, forcing her to be his new consort, and I emphasized how much that means. So yeah, that's messed up. So we're going into this dungeon mainly to try and see if we can save her before that happens. Now, I think time-wise, I think a day or at least a day or so passes before we actually go into this dungeon to save her. But yeah. So if I recall, that's the other dungeon. That, of course, is the raid right there. And then down here is the dungeon we're going to be doing today, which Oh gosh, this dungeon. I've done this so many times in time walking.
Good day to you.
Archmage Birdnand loaned me his research on the Arcanomicron. Some sort of map that Malagos is trying to assemble. I made the mistake of discussing it with a group of Alliance adventurers, and now it's gone. It must have been them. Please recover the book. By the way, if you do this as Alliance, she'll say Horde adventurers.
See you later.
Because they were still emphasizing the whole faction conflict thing here in Wrath. I learned more in my short time here than in decades of studies. The ancients here are being exposed to incredible levels of arcane energy, and it's literally transforming them into something. I'm confident that there's a final stage in their metamorphosis. Find me some evidence of their final state.
Have a good one. You need something? See you around.
Malagos has taken Carriestraza to serve as his consort. We cannot allow this to come to pass. You must do whatever it takes to spare her such a fate.
Safe travels.
She says Volpera, which I find amusing. There is Carriestraza, which for some reason apparently I can just walk in here and although it looks like I can't actually do anything about it right now, so I think. Yeah, so you have to go through the rest of the dungeon to even have access to. But yeah, here's Carriestraza. Still frozen in ice. Remember, she's been in here basically getting tortured and not, both physically and mentally to be forced to become Malagos' new consort. Just remember that. Just keep that in the back of your mind.
Hey there.
Azeroth's ley lines are being redirected to the Nexus. The influx of arcane energies is tearing a rift between dimensions. I can't stop it, but I've discovered a way to slow it down. Take this and activate it near the forming rift. I'm amused at saying that's an upgrade for me.
I am out of range.
So I switched to my Volpera Shaman, one because I was certain that she had not done the quest in here. The other reason because I like being able to use something like Ghost Wolf or Cat Form in here, just because, well, this place is pretty, has a pretty large amount of area to go through here. But oh man, I've gone through this dungeon plenty of times in time walking. So you'll notice there's a lot of Alliance enemies here, Rangers and Clerics and such that are frozen in ice. Again, these would be Horde if we were here as an Alliance character. Commander Stoutbeard led his troops against some of the most dangerous enemies of the Alliance. The Halls of Stasis may have slowed him down, but the sight of Horde adventurers will get him up and running again. He has Whirlwind, Battle Shout, Charge, and Frightening Shout. So basically, like in the dungeon, you would walk by and they would be like, ah! And then they break out of the ice.
What? Where in the... Don't just stand around, lads! Kill somebody!
Oh, there's the research. But this gives you a glimpse, this place gives you a glimpse as to kind of the insane things that Malagos is actually trying to pull off in here. And that'll become clear when we get to this rift that was mentioned. So this is Grand Magus Telestra. It is rumored that the Grand Magus Telestra tutored Prince Kael'thas. Though she believed the prince allying with the Naga was foolish, she could not support Dalaran imprisoning her people. Malagos only needed to remind her of this betrayal to gain her as an instructor for his mage hunters. So this is an interesting fight.
You know what they say about curiosity.
But I'm not a cat. So she'll start off kind of like just normally casting things like Firebomb at you. And then she'll do stuff like this. where she'll start doing Gravity Well and just tossing you around the room. She'll also do Ice Nova. And then let's see if she does the mirror images thing. Probably not unless you... Okay, so when she gets to health, alright, then she'll do mirror images, which you have to take down, and then she'll reappear, and she'll do the thing again where she tosses you around the room. Like that. I will admit, sometimes it's fun trying to make sure I can actually get my attacks off while she's tossing me around the room. I'm like, I can still get her! Certain abilities, certain casts, it's like, yeah, I can probably still do this while I'm flying around in the air. So then we get to this area. The Rift. How many of you remember this when I showed the Arcane Mage weapon quest back in Legion? You see that? So yeah, that's bad. That's very bad. That's the equivalent of like a black hole in the middle of a city. Is what that basically is the equivalent of. Now, I'm actually planning on removing my gear when we get to Carriastraza, because there is a specific line I want you guys to hear, but I can only do it if I hopefully do not kill her instantly. I gotta bring her health down a bit, because there's a certain voice line she says that... Whew. Well, yeah. So, this is anomalous. Directing so much of Azeroth's arcane energy through the Nexus has created tears in reality. As Malygos' forces try to drive back invading creatures, the chaotic arcane power has taken forms as anomalous. If the creature is not stopped, it will unmake everything it can touch.
Chaos beckons.
So this isn't that crazy of a fight. He has Spark, he has Arcane Attraction, which increases arcane damage taken upper end player, and he'll summon these Chaotic Rifts, which will do extra damage. He'll also get a shield as his health goes down. It's not a crazy fight. So now... So that's going to work on closing that rift, so that way we don't have this giant, like, vacuum constantly going off with arcane energy. Again, Malygos is basically trying to shatter the world via arcane magic and energy. Okay, so I gotta share this. Every time I've done time walking, someone will walk off that edge and fall through that hole. It's really funny. The only annoying part, though, is that they have to release, which puts them at the very beginning of the dungeon, and they have to try and work their way back to where we are. Now, I will admit, one of the first times I did this dungeon, that is something I did. Because I didn't realize that it was that far, you know? I was like, wait a minute. So now this is an interesting part here. A crystalline forest. It's called the Singing Grove. But what you're basically seeing is nature combined with a form of arcane to result in them looking like this. So obviously, because they have a strange combination here of nature with arcane, they want us to take these things down so we can recover samples in order for them to be studied. So we shall go ahead and kill these things because, well, for science! I mean, why wouldn't we, right? This is Ormarok the Tree Shaper. The incredible arcane energies of the Nexus have transformed the Singing Gardens and its guardians. Ormarok's simple mind has become obsessed with the energies transforming him. For those who would interrupt his contemplations, he has few words, but a mountain of violence.
I need to target something first.
So he sees us thinking we're going to interfere. He's like, no!
Watch your step.
So yeah, he does crystal spikes. Those hurt, so you gotta dodge those. When he gets down to 30% health, he'll get Frenzy. He can summon these crystalline tanglers.
Stop attacking.
He'll have Spell Reflection, which is why he told me to stop attacking. And he'll do
Watch
Trample.
your step.
Which, yeah. So yeah, here come the crystalline tanglers, yeah. So now, we have the means to actually reach and free Cariastraza from her prison, where she has been here getting tortured by Malagos and his servants to submit to him as his new consort. So again, I'm going to go ahead and have my character take her gear off, because I don't want to one-shot her. I'm really hoping this is going to work. I'm going to try to just auto-attack her, just to whittle her health down, just so I can make sure that you guys hear her voice lines. Okay. So in order to free her, we have to activate these spheres. These are Ormarok's containment spheres. Actually, you'll notice that that's Ormarok's, that's Telestra's, and this is Anomalous. So every boss frees the sphere.
Preserve? Why? There's no truth in it! No, no, no. Only in the taking. I see that now.
So, yeah, obviously she does not sound right. She also, you can see those...
Enjoy your final moments.
You can see those runes on her, which have clearly had an effect on her. Okay, I'm really hoping that this doesn't one-shot her. Please don't one-shot her.
Dragon. Life Binder. Preserve me.
Man, even with no gear. Oh my goodness. 0 gear, and I still ended up killing her. That is frustrating. I really want... Because I could tell you what she says, but I really want you to hear how she says it, because it's credit to the voice actress. The way she says it is chilling. Oh, hey. I got this new dagger. Cool. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try and get on a character that, is not level 70, and see if maybe that is enough to be able to not one-shot her, you know? Oh gosh, I'm gonna have to go through this again, but whatever, I guess. Anyways, I'll just go ahead and put my stuff back on. And, anyways, let's go ahead and turn these quests in, shall we?
How are you? See you around.
Fascinating, and they're aggressive too, you say. That would suggest that some intelligence is behind this manipulation. It may not be natural at all.
Safe travels. Hey there. See you later.
So it is done then. Our kind shall never forget the sacrifice that Carrie Estraza has made for this cause.
Have a good one. Good day to you. See you around.
Excellent work. The tremors have already begun to subside. With any luck, your efforts have granted us sufficient time to find a way to thwart Malagos' efforts.
See you later. Hello. Safe
You
travels.
found it? Yes, it's all here. Please take this with my gratitude.
See you around.
Alright, I'm gonna switch to another character and try that's not level 70, and see if I can come back and be able to actually whittle her health down somehow. I'll be right back. Okay, folks, so we're finally back to this spot. I say finally because I was trying this with a few different alts. Yes, I was actually swapping to alts, bringing them here, and seeing if I could be able to not kill stuff with a single auto attack. And even at 64? What I thought was, okay, maybe I'm playing a class that doesn't have a strong auto attack. Thing is, I didn't have any other characters that were at a decent level, like in the 40s, so I thought, they can come in here and not just instantly die or instantly kill everything. So then I brought my Mechanome here, who I've been playing, who is a monk, and I've been mainly playing as a Brewmaster. And at first I was testing out here whether or not it could work, and she was just killing things a little too slow. So then I swapped to Windwalker, and it seems like, okay, they can't really kill her. Not really. At least I don't think so. But most importantly, I don't have to take my gear off to not instantly kill them. So I'll actually be able to show off the fight a little bit here. But most importantly, I want you to hear the voice line that I sadly skipped earlier.
Preserve? Why? There's no truth in it! No, no, no! Only in the taking. I see that now. Stay. Enjoy your final moments. Stay. Enjoy your final moments. Stay. Enjoy your final moments. Finish it! Finish it! Kill me or I swear by the Dragon Queen you'll never see daylight again.
That's the quote I wanted you guys to hear.
Stay.
Yeah.
Enjoy your final moments.
She literally demands that we kill her. And in such a, like as if she's, desperate for you to finish her off.
Life, Binder. Preserve me.
Again, I'm really trying to emphasize the kind of in horrible torture she must have gone in here to literally, not have this physical because of the runes on her body, but in her mind as well, being forced to feel and think a certain way in her mind because she was going to be Malagos' new consort against her will. Whereas we're starting to, bring her health down and she's starting to get what's left of her back despite all this. By the way, once she got to 24%, you saw she once again got that enrage. And that's when she starts begging us, finish it! Finish it! Kill me or I swear you'll never see daylight again! The way that actress said it has always bothered me. But that's the point. How disturbing it sounds coming from her, with us now knowing what she has been going through here in this place. That's how messed up Malagos is at this point. He drove her to that. He turned her to that after he captured her, and then got her to the point where she was basically demanding that we kill her. Anyone who says Warcraft doesn't get dark clearly doesn't know about this stuff. Because that's one of the darkest scenarios that I can ever recall in this game. And that's not as dark as it can get in here. So yeah, I'm going to have to cut out a huge chunk of that whole me going through here again and everything. So anyways, when we return, we will be doing another dungeon in this place, and it's a dungeon that a lot of people hated because of one thing. They don't like having to pilot vehicles in this game. And it was quite present in Wrath. Stay tuned.